Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and it's wonderful to have you here with me this afternoon. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and ask for any support or intentions that you have in your personal wellness or healing goals. We're going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you are returning, welcome back and thank you for your ongoing support. And if you're watching this as a video replay, hello from the past. If you want to skip ahead to just the healing portion, go ahead and start to look at close to the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift. So let's go ahead and take a look at the grid and start building and say hi to everybody. Awesome. Whoop. Still settling in at the new apartment, so the cameras keep getting bonked about. There we go. So in the center here we have some copper. This is a copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages, get the optimal flow of energy going, and the spiral is sacred to healers, so we're going to go ahead and place that in the center and start building there. Let me also go ahead and just still getting used to the new lights. Let's try this. No. Okay. All right, we'll keep working with it. All right, so who do we have in here? We have Chris, Lila Ray, Violet Integration, Joanna. Happy Nurse 1, welcome in. And Goddess of 4, Jenny, and Grace. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. As a reminder, we have a hard stop time to transition into the healing just before 5 o'clock. Today, because I have a class that I teach. I always teach Reiki at 5:30 on Wednesday. So let's go ahead and start building this grid so I can give you all the healing you deserve today. So Grace, you're excited for your job interview. Send Reiki for the interview and for acing it and getting the job. Absolutely. And so let's do definitely acing the job interview and getting the job. And we'll also do, for Goddess of 4, fast money. Your dog, and more energy for yourself and your hubby. So let's start there. Okay, so for Grace, we're gonna go ahead and bring in this sunstone. Orange sunstone can be incredibly helpful with career opportunities, but also shining, standing out, and being recognized for who you are. This will help you stick in the minds of the folks that you're interviewing with, and also help you to kind of shine your best light, if that makes sense. It helps you to see the highest version of yourself, and that's a wonderful place to be in when you're being interviewed about yourself. Also helps with phobias, if anyone's struggling with phobias, as well as luck in general. So that is orange sunstone. I'm also going to bring in some tourmalinated quartz. This has black tourmaline going through it, and that's for any kind of quartz, any color of quartz. In this case, it's green, so it has a little bit more to do with the heart, but tourmaline, black tourmaline specifically, helps to repel negative energy. That it's going through quartz is basically that it's helping break up really old, stuck energy, especially old childhood patterns. This is also seen as a very protective stone for anyone traveling. Specifically, in regards to Grace's request, this is an excellent stone for finding a job or new revenue stream, like a passive revenue stream or a side hustle, a new gig, whatever it is you're looking for. This helps you to find all of those new ways of earning, but definitely helps with finding a new job. So we'll put in that tourmalinated quartz. All the best to you, Grace. Good luck. Let us know. Keep us posted. I cannot wait to hear some good news from you. For Goddess of 4, and thank you everyone for all the good vibes going to Grace. Wonderful group here. And I forgot the usual YouTuber thing. By the way, if this is something that you're into, I do this 5 times a week. Same days, same times every week. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and feel free to make this part of your routine. And if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a distance healing or tarot reading with me, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description below, along with all my social media. And I think I hear some cat toys, so who's up? Oh, hey there. Hi, Gertie. Good mornings. Good mornings. She's been sleeping all day. Okay, so for Goddess of Four, this is really helpful for energy. This is Bumblebee Jasper. So in addition to energy, it's motivation, it's confidence, that'll help Grace too. It's also decision making and vitality. Very wonderful stone for like mental clarity and focus too. Bumblebee Jasper is a really potent healer. It also helps the solar plexus. Lots of let's kind of sink our teeth into the work and get stuff done. It's a great way to shake off some apathy. Just be careful with this stone. It does have high amounts of arsenic and sulfur. So that is Bumblebee Jasper. So that'll definitely help with energizing. Leopard Skin Jasper is our favorite stone for healing with animals. Speaking of which. Hello, what you looking for? Leopard Skin Jasper is wonderful for not only our animals, whatever it is that they're healing from, but also for anything impacting the skin, and it also helps to attract love. It's wonderful for balance and coordination as well. So let's go ahead and bring these in. And if you want to connect with your animal guides and guardians as well, this is a great stone to do that with, and that is Leopard Skin Jasper. Red Tiger Eye helps to call in money with a hurry. It's also about the most protective stone that I have, and it's wonderful for mundane, like bullying, picking on, getting in your way, messing with, harassing, anything like that, and for the spiritual side that accompanies that. Things like psychic attack or malevolent spiritual work, Red Tiger Eye can be a very powerful protector there. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. And I hope all goes well for you. Good to see you, Goddess of Four. And more fun and joy in your family. Let's bring in some Fuchsite. Fiat Luna, lots of love. Barbie H, welcome back. Jenny, your sister-in-law had the baby. 35 weeks. Oh, wow. Okay, good. They're 4. Okay, good. You're an aunt. Twin boys, 35 weeks, 4 pounds 11 ounces, 5 pounds 3 ounces, still in NICU. That's good weights, though, especially the 5 pound 13 ounces. Good job. I'm so happy to hear that. We'll definitely do some support around that. Congratulations. And Joanna, definitely support that. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Thank you for telling us, Jenny. Lots of love to your family. Okay, so Fuchsite is superb for bringing in fun and joy, allowing yourself to just let go and enjoy. That can really help us to renew and recalibrate. It's helpful for inner child work as well as carpal tunnel, and it's wonderful for spinal alignment and even some sleep disorders. So that is Fuchsite. And thanks for being here, Goddess of Four. Oh, and happy nurse, you're starting as a NICU nurse in October. That synchronicity is always in here. I love it. Congratulations. Helping to find balance and serving as a healer in the bedside and caring for yourself amid the intense learning process. Absolutely. There is a perfect stone for that. Let's bring in some Amazonite for Happy Nurse 1. This is my favorite stone for nurses. Amazonite is a stone that helps with self-care, self-respect, making sure that you see your value a little bit more. It helps you to see that you absolutely need and deserve the same caliber of care that you would give others. It's also a really helpful stone for spine and spinal nerves. This is my favorite stone for nurses for sure. It also helps to protect women, and it's wonderful for luck. So it can look either like this light pale blue green or this darker greenish bluish with white stripes. It can look either way. And I hope that that helps support you in your journey. Thank you for all that you are going to do, and all the best to you. So there we go. Okay. And we've got, let's do some rhodonite, or actually some rhodochrosite, and some pink tourmaline. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding, especially right after childbirth, so that'll definitely be helpful for Jenny's sister-in-law. It's also wonderful for the heart and circulation, any kind of mother-child wounds as well. So if you're healing through any of that, this can be a really helpful stone. Great for stress headaches, asthma, telepathy, connecting with deceased ancestors, and even animal companions. So that is rhodochrosite. Pink tourmaline is also helpful for mom-baby bonding in much the same way, as well as healing up after labor and delivery, and really anything that has to do with gynecologic health in any way, whether it's fertility, PCOS, endometriosis, painful periods, what have you. This is really helpful. Also helpful for hormone balance regardless of gender. It's also wonderful for breaking down a negative self-image around your body so that you can start to rebuild a better relationship with yourself. It's helpful for spinal injuries and also for migraines and nerve pain. So that is pink tourmaline. And then I also wanted to add some fluorite, which helps with kind of chaotic energy, like grounding chaotic energy and bringing it back into balance. This is a superb stone for using after labor and delivery because it's chaos, and then you're like trying to calm down. So it's very recommended for new moms, new babies. Also helps with finding like order in your personal life when everything else around you is just sort of wild and chaos energy, and helps to just sort of, it helps anyone to relax regardless of what else is going on. So that's fluorite. So let's go ahead and put some of that around. Awesome. So I think that's going to be helpful for all of us. We also have violet integration, acceptance, closure, and help with grief. Got it. Let's start with some green onyx. This is very helpful for grief, especially the sadness that comes with it. It can help with things like emotional shutdown, but also just any amount of emotional pain. It really does help support the heart center. It's also great for moving on despite the pain that you might be feeling, so that you can kind of close one chapter and begin again, but without skipping any of the grief steps, because it's just part of the natural process. It's also great for when you have to make decisions despite really emotionally not being in the best state to do so. So that is green onyx, which can come in this dark green, or it can come in like almost a pistachio color. It kind of runs the gamut. One specimen can look really different from the next. I'm also going to bring in Mookaite, which is accepting change. Mookaite also goes by Australia jasper. And like I said, accepting change, making decisions. When you feel really stuck in decision paralysis, sometimes it's because you're not fully accepting shifts and change in your life. This can help with support around that. Also helps with the immune system as well as digestion, and it's thought to help bladder pain. So I will bring that in. That's Mookaite. And like I said, that also goes by Australia jasper. So I hope that helps, Violet Integration. Lots of love to you. TMC, welcome in. Bev, good to see you. Patty, I hope you're doing well. Lots of love to Key also. Energy, clearing, clarity, and love. Absolutely. I'm going to get as many requests as I possibly can. And we're going to get started just before 5 with the healing portion. Okay, let's see. Lila Ray, healing for your sister's knee injury. Let's bring in some howlite. This is superb for anything having to do with the joints, whether it's injury, pain, dislocation, whatever the case may be. Also wonderful for bones in every way. So osteoporosis, osteopenia, osteoarthritis, wonderful for all of them. Very helpful on an emotional level for anger, resentment, and frustration as well. It can help you to grow from those really volatile emotions so that you can make good decisions and right actions despite it being a really volatile set of emotions. Sometimes it can be hard to think things through logically when we're in a volatile place, and those feelings are just meant to help us create some change. So there we go. So that is howlite. There we go. There we go. That's better. So all the best to your sister. I'm going to get to all I can from Chris's. Let's do carnelian, garnet, and we'll definitely bring in some sapphire. Carnelian will also help with Goddess of Four's request for fun in the family. Carnelian has everything to do with the sacral chakra, which is just beneath the navel, and that's our center of relationships, all relationships, not just the romantic ones, especially the romantic ones, but not just the romantic ones. This is relationships with coworkers, colleagues, family members, neighbors, community. This is how we interrelate. It also covers creativity and romance, attracting a romantic partner, as well as fertility, healing of wounds, colds, and allergies. This is one that is often used for fertility. There we go. It's a beautiful deep orange color. Next, we'll bring in some garnet, which helps with organization and also seeing quite creatively the best way forward, the best way to do things. This is helping you to better manage all of the different tasks that you might have, whether it's work or home, what have you. It will help you find the best way to do things so that you will have more time for your life and for your enjoyment. It's wonderful too for practicality, just finding balance in times of big change or lots of stress as well. It's very grounding, very grounding, very like goal-oriented energy. And that's garnet. And I did see for requests around clarity. So let's bring in Chris's request for sapphire. Sapphire helps with mediumship, connection to spirit, our angels, our guides, our guardians, and just spiritual connection in general. This can help on the physical level, thyroid, eyes, ears, and is also thought to be helpful in cases of dementia for the individual that's afflicted by it and for everyone who loves and cares for them too. But yeah, connecting to your angels, also speedy justice. And anytime that you even a really deep connection with your spirit guides, if you're doing a journey, if you're doing deep meditation, if you're asking them to come through in dreams, sapphire can be quite helpful too. Okay. Got rhodochrosite. Let's do ruby. This helps with the courage to be yourself, exactly as you are, and also helps with leadership skills and management type capacity. And that's whether that's in your own life or leading others, or both. Also very helpful for love, fertility, and it's one of the stones that's often thought of as helpful for things like fibromyalgia. So that is ruby. And we're definitely going to come back to more of your requests. Yes, and please don't forget to like the stream. Thank you for the reminder. Travel anxiety, absolutely. Oh, gotcha. Let's see. For protection during travel, tourmalinated quartz is wonderful, as is moonstone, which is also requested by Chris. Moonstone is very protective of travelers. It's also protective of women, as well as connection to the divine feminine, old and ancient spiritual techniques and healing practices, connection to divine timing and the rhythms of nature, and the lunar cycles. Any kind of lunar magic, this can be very connected with. Also wonderful for intuition and releasing any patterns that just don't serve any longer. This can be very helpful with that. I often think of it as aligned with the High Priestess in the Tarot deck. So that's moonstone. And let's bring in some labradorite. This helps you to enjoy travel. When it comes to phobias, by the way, orange sunstone, very helpful. So labradorite, in addition to joy in travel, helps with clairvoyance, that's your spiritual sight, and can really improve sleep. Helps with calming disputes, is especially good for customer service in that regard, and also for research and study, particularly if you're looking for like needle in a haystack type stuff, like really detailed, fine work. This can be very helpful for too. But yeah, wonderful for enjoying the travel. I'm going to put this on top of moonstone, and labradorite and moonstone are very closely related. Earth, as far as like how they're comprised and how they've come about within the Earth's crust, they're very closely related. So I hope that that helps. Lots of love to you. Enjoy. And let's see, I might bring in some anxiety stones. Let's bring in green calcite. This definitely calms, reassures, and helps with every aspect of anxiety, anything you might be anxious about. And it can be really helpful for releasing the physical anxiety that we hold in our body in the form of tension. So let's go ahead and bring in some green calcite. It's my favorite stone when it comes to anxiety, is green calcite. So there we go. Hope you enjoy your trip. Safe travels to you. Viad Luna. Set the same intention of attracting, finding clients that are aligned with you, and maybe serpentine. Let's bring out serpentine. So you can request by the theme that you would like some support around, or by the specific crystal, or a little bit of both. I'm fine with either. Serpentine helps with diabetes, hypoglycemia, anything to do with blood sugar types of things, as well as calcium and magnesium deficiencies. It's another stone that's thought to be helpful in cases of dementia, and also for muscle weakness, rashes, eczema, and any kind of deep spiritual connection like trance meditation, like deep outer world connection. It's also just great for lots of aches and pains too. So that is serpentine. And of course, I know there's some new folks in here, so it bears mentioning again. I'm one of the folks that feels more that rather than looking at things like Reiki and crystal healing as an alternative, I see it more as like a complement. So there's no reason to replace anything that you might be doing now with Reiki and crystals. It's more like do all of the above. Everything that helps has its place. So yeah, I'm not one of the healing arts people that's gonna like totally bully modern medicine. Absolutely not. Both sides have their pros and their cons in abundance. So, okay, awesome. And attracting clients that are best meant for you. Let's bring in some cinnabar. Cinnabar is mercury. So yeah, it's toxic. Be very careful with it. And the only cinnabar in this specimen that I'm holding is the red. This mercury was used for so many things throughout human history for so long before we realize how toxic it is. And it is hecka toxic. This is a piece that I'll put in the grid, and only the teeny little dots of red are the actual cinnabar, because a big piece of it just isn't really practical with what we know now. This has been used for hundreds, if not thousands of years as the merchant stone. It's thought to attract customers to a business. So I'm going to bring this in. That's cinnabar. And citrine helps with attracting financial abundance as well. But it can also just help with that kind of abundance in general. This has long been thought to be helpful for a business. You can place it in your money corner. You can place it anywhere that you would equate with finances and money and earning. Citrine helps with that financial abundance, with making good decisions with the resources you do have right now. It also helps with balancing intuition with logic so that you can use both sides of yourself to really unlock the powers of everything within you, to find that balance that adds so much to decision making. Also helps with things like fibromyalgia and for addictions and compulsions. So that is citrine, and I know that that was a request from Chris as well. So let's bring this in, and let's see. Another one that can help with that too, and I did see for health and weight loss, I think that was it Goddess of Four that put that in there? Yeah, Goddess of Four put that in there. So blue apatite will help with both of these. So blue apatite, as you know, no pun intended with the name, but blue apatite helps with our relationship with food, to help shift that into something healthier, whatever that looks like for us. This can help with weight loss, weight gain, whatever your goal is, and can also help with learning your soul's purpose and giving you the courage to walk along that path. So it'll help Fiad Luna as well. This is also great for strengthening the auric field. That's our energy field. That makes it a lot more comfortable for folks who tend to take on the energy of others by mistake or by accident. Just kind of strengthening your energy field makes that less likely to happen. So that is blue apatite. Awesome. All the best to you, Fiad Luna. Barbie H, I don't have turquoise, unfortunately, but I do have smoky quartz, and we just put out citrine. Smoky quartz helps with transmuting energy, changing it into something fundamentally better. It's also highly protective, used as far back as at least the Middle Ages to protect property from theft. It's deeply calming of worry, so this will help Joanna too. And also helps with energy blocks as well. So we'll bring this in. Smoky quartz can be this almost clear to all the way to almost a black kind of color. It can look quite different. So we'll bring this in. I love working with smoky quartz. Okay. Awesome. Thanks for being here, Barbie. Energy clarity. Clarity definitely, sapphire can really help that. Energy clearing, I'm going to bring in some Dalmatian jasper. Like the tourmalinated quartz, this has black tourmaline running through it. And black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. This is wonderful at kind of deep cleaning our aura or energy field. It's also helpful for letting go of like really spiky old energy. Things like cynicism, things like jadedness. This can help break that up and move it out, which leaves a great space for cooperation. Also helpful for digestive issues like IBS, Crohn's, acid reflux, any that you can think of. And just in general, keeping the energy of yourself and things around you clear. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and bring there. Also going to bring in some shungite. Shungite helps with physical recovery and tissue repair, as well as clearing energy. This is one that helps to release stress, emotional pain, and energy blocks, and helps just in general absorb any negativity we've kind of got going on within us. Also very helpful for anyone who's very sensitive to electromagnetic fields. So if you feel really tired after being around electronics and things like that, this can be a really helpful stone. And we're just a little bit cockeyed. Let's see what we can do about that. Gonna use the tarot card method. Let's see. That's a lot better. I think we're good on the other one. And the card that came out when I grabbed it at random was Judgment. This is about like basically everything coming to light, things coming to fullness, and it's sort of like okay, lights are on, let's see things for what they are. This is like a higher version of justice. It's to see what's happening and really say like, okay, this is the end, and now we're doing an overview. It's almost like, think of a grading on a test. It's like pencils down, we're going to grade it, and we're going to move forward based on what we see here. So this is definitely end of a cycle and a big time review. Anything that's like a shortcoming may have to be made up for, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's a really interesting card to get. Let's see. Let's also bring in that shungite. There we go. And love, we have ruby, carnelian, and moonstone, as well as leopard skin jasper. So we've got that covered. Thank you for being here, T. Mick. What was the last stone called? Shungite. I'll type it into the... Shungite was the black stone, and Dalmatian jasper was the black and white stone. Let me know if I answered your question. I'm not sure if you asked it a while ago and are talking about a different stone. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear about that, Jen. Oh, Bev, I'm really glad that last night's session was helpful for you to kind of clear the energy in your home, that you felt the difference. Thanks for letting me know. I'm so glad that was helpful for you. And let's bring in some of Patty's requests. So, petrified wood, tree agate, red tiger's eye is in there. I haven't found my opal yet. I did look for it. Epidote, aquamarine, septarian. Chalcopyrite does quite a bit. This will also be helpful for Jenny's sister-in-law. Everything from like spiritual renewal and rebirth, things like literally giving birth, like endings and beginnings. Also for things like executive function, which is quality of thought, being able to do like order of operations, organized thinking. So chalcopyrite. Let's go ahead and put that right here in the center. There we go. Aquamarine helps with the body fluids as well as the teeth and gums. It can be very helpful when it comes to behavior, especially around behavior of others. This can help to reflect and deflect just negative, nasty, petty, kind of low vibe, really childish behavior, Karen-like behavior, like taking out your upset feelings on someone else rather than dealing with it. It also helps with forgiveness and with justice. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Put this one here. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And much like you may be familiar with the concept of the chakras, those are just the bigger pieces of that energy system. It's a lot more complex than that. It goes all the way down to the nadi, or N-A-D-I, which are throughout the body. And that's basically how energy flows throughout the body. Think like meridians in Chinese medicine or acupuncture. So this is a stone that's thought to help balance and harmonize the way that energy flows throughout the body, so that it kind of recalibrates things and helps you to come into a better sense of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being and balance, regardless of the style or type or direction of the imbalance. So this is very sacred in Ayurveda. So that is tree agate. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that here. Hey, Sam. Hey, Lisa. Oh, you're welcome, T. Awesome. Septarian is wonderful on the physical level for muscle aches, muscle spasms, as well as skin wounds, especially skin wounds that are being really stubborn around healing. But this is a superb stone when it comes to emotional healing and emotional growth. It helps us to go to the deepest parts of ourselves when we're doing that personal work. It helps us to learn and learn about, illuminate, and really face up to the root beliefs, ideas, thoughts, and things behind habits and behaviors, so that we can start to deal with these things and put them to bed so that we can move forward without being held back by them. Wonderful too for the solar plexus, which is your center of self and personal identity, as well as vulnerability during your healing journey. It can be really hard to be vulnerable, and this is a stone that supports you to do that. Oop, let me put this here. There we go. So that is Septarian. There we go. Labradorite is in there. Sunstone's in there. Red Tiger Eye's in there. Dragon's Blood. Epidote. Dragon's Blood is another one that's really helpful for grief. So this will be helpful for I know who requested it. Violet Integration. This can be really helpful for you too, Violet Integration. So Dragonstone helps with the grief, especially moving through it without getting stuck in it. This helps you to process grief rather than just kind of wallowing in self-pity in a way that's not helpful. It's also wonderful for having patience with yourself, as well as learning from your mistakes. And for the immune system, the nervous system, and for the thyroid, all three together. Helps with optimism, happiness, wisdom, and the courage to change. So that is Dragon's Blood or Dragon's Stone. I've heard it referred to as both. Next is Epidote, another stone for helping with healing physically, especially illnesses and injury. But it also helps with our internal monologue, the way we speak to ourselves. It helps us to speak to ourselves kinder, gentler, our negative kind of tapes that we play in our mind. This helps break that up so we can shift out of that sort of negative self-talk. Also helps with the nervous system, connection to the fairy realm, and even is thought to have a connection to the brain, specifically around Parkinson's. So we'll bring this in. So that is Epidote. There we go. Petrified wood helps with everything that you would think of the death card in the tarot as being connected with. Endings and beginnings and deep change, especially deeply uncomfortable change. This is a tree that was alive and had to die before it could transform into a stone. So that's where it teaches us the lesson of that transformation under circumstances that are not the most pleasant. It's also got some sparkles in the center there. Those are little baby crystals, often called spirit quartz. They're forming there. They're essentially just little baby crystals that have just started on their formation. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. Pyrite was requested by Chris. This is another stone of manifesting financial abundance. Also helpful for the brain here, specifically more with memory though. It's thought to be helpful for the side effects of radiation treatment, and it's wonderful for making the most of a Reiki session. Also helps with the lungs and fever. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. May it bring us all the abundance. There we go. So that is pyrite, also known as fool's gold. And crazy lace and dumortierite. Crazy lace agate helps with courage, also helps with phobia, so it'll help Joanna. And it can be wonderful for just balance in general. It's great for anyone that works with the animal guide of spider or works with spider magic, helps the heart and solar plexus, and lends a lot of physical energies. So this could be helpful for Goddess of Four as well. But yeah, also for connecting to the past, especially things like if you do any kind of paranormal work, this can be a helpful stone. And dumortierite. This is a great stone for things like anger and frustration, and particularly helps with cultivating patience. This is a great stone too for really chaotic energy, lots of Uranus type energy, which is really chaotic, and helps with things like tidiness. So if you're working on reorganizing or organizing your space or your work, this can help you to build those new habits that will keep it in place. It's also wonderful it's thought to support nervous dogs to kind of calm down and relax. So that is dumortierite. And I think I got all of your requests other than the opal. Awesome. And depression, anxiety, and mother-daughter healing. We definitely have mother-daughter healing with pink tourmaline and rhodochrosite. Healing mom's vertigo, sister's sight, brother's knees and heart. Thank you, Patty. Vertigo, we have leopard skin jasper, which is really helpful. Sister's sight. Sapphire can help with eyes and ears. Brother's knees and heart. Brother's knees, howlite. Heart, we have rhodochrosite can be helpful, but let's also bring in aventurine. This helps with heart rhythms, allergies, and expanding our vision of our own purpose, seeing ourselves as more capable than we think we are, seeing our true potential. Also helps with fertility and computer skills as well, like learning things that might be challenging too. So that is green aventurine. And we're gonna have to get started in just a couple minutes. Let me take a quick peek and try to make sure I get as many requests as I can. Property management, joint support, balanced lifestyle. Joint support, definitely howlite. Oh, thanks, T. Hey, Daniela, welcome in. First time here. Oh, thank you. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. And also, you can always enjoy the recorded sessions. So I'll explain that when I do the explanation about what Reiki is in just a few moments. But welcome in. Doing this has helped me memorize and also learn. Everybody in here has helped me learn a lot too. Reiki for heart, back, neck, TMJ, digestion issues, endo, and heat exhaustion, stomach issues for your pug. We've got leopard skin jasper for your pug. Endometriosis, pink tourmaline is in there. Back and neck, we have amazonite as well as howlite. Howlite will help TMJ. Digestion, we have Dalmatian jasper. Heart, we have aventurine as well as rhodochrosite. But let's bring in a wonderful stone for depression and anxiety is malachite. This helps to move difficult feelings through the heart center so that you don't get stuck in them, but you can process them and move beyond them. But it's also very supportive when you have things that aren't things you can intellectualize or process, things like true depression. For anxiety, we also have green calcite in there. This is also a helpful stone for like letting go of the pain of the past, moving forward, as well as, like I said, depression, anxiety, but also inflammation and pain, particularly around arthritis. So that is malachite. go. And okay, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead, and we have to transition into the definition of what Reiki is and the healing. So thank you all so much for being here. If you would like to, please help me lift the energy of the space that you are in and that we're sharing together. Go ahead into the chat and click that like button if you haven't already, and share anything that you are grateful for, anything at all. And if you'd rather not share it in the chat, you can go ahead, just take a deep breath and think of the things that you're grateful for. Gratitude is a powerful energy boost and really clears energy quickly. While y'all do that, I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and how to make the most of this session for those of you who are new. And then we're going to get right into the Reiki. You're welcome, Samantha. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so grateful to have y'all here with me today. If you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing of Reiki or integrated energy therapy, or a tarot reading, or shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, where you can learn all about that. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki, which is a particular practice created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s of Japan, at a very difficult time in Japan's history, where teaching anything that even looked like it could be a religion was strictly forbidden. So this particular approach to working with energy and bringing healing through the hands was incredibly spiritual, yet also very secular. And I feel like that's a big part of why we love it in the West. At the heart and foundation of this practice, the very concept of what energy is really best described through the lens of Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. That soul energy is part of the unity consciousness, and this energy of Reiki is basically provided by spirit, however you would define that in this case, and runs through everyone, everywhere, all the time. It's running through you right now, even if you're not aware of it. Your body, mind, and spirit are always working with it to make the best good of it and bring you into the best sense of balance and healing that you can be one moment to the next. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting to that energy and directing more of it to you to further support your body, mind, and spirit to do the best healing good with your intentions in mind. So to make the most of this session, I generally suggest that you find a way to get yourself as comfortable as you can. Sit up, lay down, whatever feels comfortable is perfectly fine. If you need to get up and get something, it'll still continue flowing. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. However you show up to your session, Reiki will support you. Additionally, if you want to use this time to move around or do some yoga or some stretches or journal or anything else for that matter, go right ahead. There's no wrong way to enjoy this healing energy. All you need to do is have an open heart and mind, but you may even have a really lovely nap. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions may rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to come to a logical conclusion or even see things in a more balanced perspective than you have been lately, perhaps even hear your subconscious. And on a spiritual level, you may have big realizations, connections to intuition, and even just a sense of support, security, and groundedness. Like I said, you may also have a really beautiful nap. You don't even have to stay awake for your Reiki to work. So during the session, go ahead and chill. If at any point you get distracted or feel like you'd want to go a little deeper into your session, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll find yourself coming right back into the session and deepening it each time. I will send Reiki to you wherever you are and whenever you are. More on that in a moment. For approximately 25 minutes, during which time you can enjoy any way that you like, and at the end of which I will call you back by inviting you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to the space that you're in. During the session, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn the music up. If you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, go ahead and take a look at the bottom of the description where you can see the link to her website and her YouTube channel. Reiki energy is not limited to, it doesn't really share the same limitations that we as humans physically have in this realm. So we can only be in one place at one time. That does not apply to Reiki. So whenever you're finding this video, the Reiki will be there for you. And for those of you who are here live, if ever you feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead and check out our past healing live stream playlist. We're at about close to 500 videos of just exactly what you see here. You can feel free to just pick one by the picture of the grid in the thumbnail and just decide to enjoy. You can skip ahead to the healing at the end if you'd like, or hang out and learn about the crystals in the beforehand. There's, like I said, no wrong way to enjoy your Reiki. So remember, you can always take a deep breath in and out, but feel free to tend to anything that comes up during the session. And I'm so grateful to have you here. At the end of the session, I'll be happy to answer any questions or hear any experiences that you feel inclined to share. And I am here, like I said, 5 times a week, so go ahead and click subscribe with your notifications on, and hopefully YouTube will let you know when I'm streaming so that you can make it part of your self-care routine. So thanks again for being here, and let's go ahead and take a closer look at that grid. Ooh, ta-da! Sorry, I just moved, so I'm still getting used to the new layout for things and where stuff goes. The camera keeps getting bumped into, so thanks for bearing with me. Yeah, behind me is very plain as of yet. That will change. And thank you everyone for the kind words and gratitudes in the chat. The collective sharing of energy and space is absolutely a big part of what helps healing work. The concept of the Chinese energy theory that we work with here states that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, that intention is magnified. Essentially, the energy that's available for everyone is exponentially larger by everyone who comes in and shares. So thank you for being here and being a part of that, and for all of the love and compassion you show each other in chat. I could not do it all myself, so thank you for being a part of it. So go ahead, get cozy. I'm going to start sending Reiki. If you have any questions, I'll answer them at the end, or you can email me through my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com, or leave it in the comments. So enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and leave it in the chat. And my next streams are Friday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each U.S. East Coast time. And of course Sunday at 8 p.m. as well. You're welcome, Lisa. All the best to you and your mom and your brother. Christina's Journey, good to see you. Well, thank you, T. You're so welcome. Hope to see you again soon. Oh, it's the Jewish New Year and New Moon today, isn't it? Thank you, Patty. It's a new year. It's a new moon. I'm celebrating 15 years of teaching Sui Reiki. It's just a lovely time. I'm in my new house. Well, new apartment. Same difference for me. You're welcome, Joanna. Yeah, it is the new moon. Yeah, everyone enjoy the rest of your week. I will be here Friday. You can also sign up for my email newsletter linked in the chat, in the description. There's a link there, as well as all my social media. And I'm so grateful to have y'all here. So have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope it's opening great new doors for us all too. And thank you, Patty. I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. If you do have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, in the chat. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, or you can email me through my website, learnreikiphiladelphia.com. I'm going to go ahead over and get ready to teach my Reiki class. So have a wonderful, thank you, T. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.